Come step behind me. He's gonna push. You sit down. You can push. Yeah, there you go.
All right, first and foremost, we give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh. We do so in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world calls Christ, YASHARAHLA. I'll be reading out of the Apocrypha. We'll be going into the second Ezra, the 7th chapter. We'll be beginning at the 22nd verse. So read.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 22. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him.
And that's what position a lot of our people are in now, right? Disobedience unto the Most High, right? Who is the him? Is Yahweh, the Most High. They were not obedient unto him. Read on.
But spake against him and imagined vain things.
That's what our people are doing right now. Speaking against the Most High in their deeds, in their music, in their daily life, and they're performing wicked and evil deeds that they imagine, vain things that they imagine. Read on.
And deceive themselves.
And what?
And deceive themselves.
That's what the average so-called black and Hispanic is doing right now. He's deceiving his own self. She's deceiving her own self through her wickedness and her wicked deeds, right? Read on.
By their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not.
That he is what?
That he is not.
There's a rise in something called godlessness among so-called blacks and Hispanics. That's something that 20, 30, 40 years ago was absolutely unheard of. You would never hear about a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian having a concept of an absence of the Most High, of a supreme being, of the Creator. There's no way that you would ever go and ask a so-called black or Hispanic person, hey, do you believe in God? And they say no. That would never happen. But now that's something that is on the rise amongst our people, right? And it really goes from being amongst Esau too much, and he's implanting those ideas. He's the one that wants godlessness and atheism to sweep the nation, right? With his pseudoscience, etc., right? That's what he does. They say, what about the Most High?
And said of the Most High that he is not.
He's not. He ain't the Most High. Ain't nobody out there controlling everything, right? Got more and more Negroes and Latinos that are having this ideology. It's asinine, quite frankly, but it is unfortunately something that is rising. Read on.
And knew not his ways.
And what?
And knew not his ways.
They don't know the Torah. They don't know the law whatsoever. We go out to the street corners, we attempt to teach them. They set us at naught. They set the word of the Most High at naught. They don't learn the ways and retain the ways of the Most High. They don't guard and keep the Torah as commanded. Read.
But his law have they despised.
Have they what?
They despise.
They despise it every day. That's what we see. We see our people doing everything against what they are instructed to from the Most High Yahweh and Thawara. Read.
And denied his covenant.
And what?
And denied his covenant.
They're denying the covenant. But here's what our simple so-called black and Hispanic Native Indian brothers don't realize. You can deny the covenant all you want, right? Your foreparents entered into that covenant with Yahweh at Sinai, right? That's what you entered into at Sinai. Right? When you deal with the word Sinai, who knows the other name for Mount Sinai? It's Mount Horeb, right? Horeb. Same thing, Sinai Horeb, right? Horeb means what in the Hebrew? Karab. You know what that means? Thorn. It's a thorn. So if we didn't follow it, it was going to be a thorn to us, and that's what it's been. You can deny the covenant all you want. You can say you don't want to keep the laws, or that ain't for me, all you want. But you're going to be under a curse. And the reason you're going to be under a curse, because your foreparents entered into a covenant on your behalf. There's nothing you can do about that covenant. You see what I'm saying? If your foreparents enter into a contract on your behalf before you exist, you can dislike it all you want. You got to live it. It's already been made. It's written. Covenant in blood, sacrifice that the Israelites, who are our foreparents, right, who we are, made with the Most High, the only living God, Yahweh, right? And we're going to be held to that covenantal standard. We're going to be held to that contract. And if we break that contract, we have to suffer what's called reprisals, right? Reprisals. What are reprisals? Punishments. What are the punishments? The curses. Deuteronomy 28th chapter. Amos 7th chapter. Your woman shall be a harlot in the street. Isaiah 42, you shall be in prison. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we got to go through. A Negro can disbelieve in God all he wants. He's going to live these curses. He's going to live them every day. You denying God, you the very proof that there is a God. Because everything he said that he was going to do is happening to you. So you're the proof right there. How do I know there's a God? You. That's how I know. I look at you. So read.
In his statutes have they not been faithful, and have not performed his works. And therefore, Esdras, for the empty are empty things, and for the full are the full things. Behold, the time shall come that these tokens which I have told thee shall come to pass, and the bride shall appear. And she coming forth shall be seen, that now is withdrawn from the earth. And whosoever is delivered from the foresaid evils shall see my wonders.
Whoever is delivered from the foresaid evils. Who is going to be delivered from the foresaid evils? Those that are keeping the laws and statutes. Those who are faithful, like it said earlier. Those is who are going to be delivered from the aforementioned judgments that's coming, right? So that's what we have to do to escape that. And I hope I'm full of a room full of people who are going to escape that and see the miraculous wonders of the Most High Yahweh. Be saved by His Son, the anointed Hamashiach Yahushua. Right? Read.
For my son Yahushua.
My son who?
Yahushua.
See that say right there, Jesus? We know what it means, right? We know what it really is supposed to be, Yahushua. A lot of people don't know you're going to the Apocrypha, which is technically the Old Testament, right? There's a name. You got these Old Testament, they deny Yahushua. They say, well, where's the name? Where's Jesus at? No, well, right there. I'm reading it. I got old Bibles that don't got these books as the Apocrypha. It got them as the Old Testament, right? Just because the white man classifies something as the Apocrypha now, this is not really the canon because the white man said so. Shut up, man. Right? Our foreparent, this is even to be honest with you, even in terms of Old Testament, New Testament, they put those on there, right? We got just the Bible. We got 80 books. We believe in all of that, right? But what did it say, my son who?
For my son Yahushua shall be revealed with those that be with him.
My son Yahushua shall be revealed with those that be with him. What book are we reading? We reading the book of Ezra, right? It's Ezra, second Ezra. Who wrote second Ezra? The prophet Ezra, right? What time period did Ezra live in? About 400 years before Hamashiach Yahushua, right? Now watch this.
And they that remain shall rejoice within 400 years.
You see that? He said, my son Yahushua, the Son of God, shall come within 400 years of his prophecy. He lived approximately 400 years before Yahushua. There it is right there. You see what I'm saying? But these people want to still deny this. Very clear, right here in the Bible. Okay, but a lot of these people, what it come down to is they don't read. Or they only read what they want to see, right? When you deal decently and order precept upon precept, it's very clear how much Yahushua is in these scriptures. All right? And if you're looking to get saved in these last days, man, and if you think it's coming by any means outside of some type of miraculous divine intervention, you're out of your damn mind. You're dealing with a white man that got something called a thermonuclear missile, brother. Yeah, we just gonna do it, right? Come on, man. Yeah, come on. How man gonna do it? A thermonuclear missile? That make your entire metropolitan area disappear if they feel like it, right? And you gonna do it, right? With your bare hands. Negro barely hit water from a boat. Talking about he gonna go against the man with the intercontinental ballistic missile. No, you're not. I want to let you know that. How you fight against this man is very simple, through righteousness. You fight this man through keeping the commandments and faith, right? And the more Israelites keep commandments and faith, you're going to see this man's enemies rise against him and destroy him. And you be saved by the skin of your teeth by Hamashiach Yahushua if you're deemed worthy. Very simplistic. You go on.
Verse 29. After these years shall my son Hamashiach die. And
so you're going to die, right? His death is prophecy. Read.
And all men that have life.
Everyone that was with him, right? What happened to all the apostles? They're not on the scene. You see what I'm saying? They all died, right? They had to die. That's part of the prophecy. Read on where you at. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's all I needed 29. I had 7 verses. But I just want to share this. I know there's an evil spirit of Antichrist that that's on the scene. Again, that demon, there's so many demons that rise. That demon's back. So we are combating that demon by Hashem HaMashiach Yahushua. Going into these prophecies. All right? If it's not HaMashiach Yahushua, then whom? That's my question. But with that, I give all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and I yield my time pass to the next dynamic speaker.
Okay, so the next brother, Guerrilla Hebrew. All right. So this is Guerrilla Hebrew. This is SICARRI. Everybody know about SICARRI? You see him on YouTube, you see him on Facebook. But SICARRI, I'm going to tell you, this brother has been a big help to the MASHARAH. Okay? Whenever we say we go to a particular city, who do we call to get our facilities and so forth? SICARRI. So I want to give SICARRI a hand, all right? I was putting most on the house outside, all right? And this brother is very diligent. He's in different cities, and he has a camp in Chicago. So if you live here in Chicago and you're ready to come to a camp, that's the brother's camp, all right? Just get in contact with SICARRI and join this brother's camp, okay? And he's under the MASHARAH, and he got camps in Dallas, Atlanta, San Diego, all over the place. So different cities. But he's now here in Chicago. Come? So SICARRI, come on, brother. Guerrilla Hebrew. But give me your Hebrew name.
Hallelujah, man. Right? Hallelujah. My Hebrew name is Alazar, of course. A lot of people forget that, though, because of the moniker. But whatever. Go with what you feel, right? First and foremost, of course, I got to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, of Mashiach, Yahushua. Beautiful. Happy to be here through the Spirit of the Most High. Tremendous summit again, through the Spirit of the Most High, the 13th summit. I just want, can I get a reader? Anybody? Just Matthew 4:16, all I need. I need one scripture. One scripture. Right? You got it? All right, go ahead. Matthew 4:16. Okay, you got it.
Matthew 4:16. The people which sat in darkness saw great light, and to them which saw great light, the people which sat in darkness saw great light, and to them which sat in the region and shadow of death, life is sprung up.
And that's what the scripture that we have, all the SICARRI members, we got it on the back of our shirt, is this scripture. It said the people who sat in the region of the shadow of death, they saw the great light. And if there's any place that's a region of the shadow of death right now, on a scale here in America, Babylon is this city here. Our people, they say somebody's getting shot in the city every 3 hours. Every 3 hours. So us coming here for this summit through the Spirit of power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is that marvelous light appearing to the region that dwelleth in the shadow of death. So it's something that the Zaquan Barak, he'd been pushing. We need to do Chicago. We need to do Chicago. We need to do Chicago. Then the Most High had it to where he raised up a camp here in Chicago, right? I'm just happy and humbled to be the brother who the camp was raised up under. So I can tell the Zaquan, okay, we got Chicago, we can do Chicago, right? So the Most High manifested this summit so the light can appear to those who dwell here in the region of the shadow of death. Is that it on that? Or is it a little more?
And it says, 17th verse. From that time, Yahushua began to preach and to say, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Exactly, right? HaMashiach Yahushua, our king, that's what he did. He went to the region of the shadow of death and taught repentance. So it's the same thing that we're supposed to do, man. Right? So I'm honored again to be here, man, and to be as a servant to the Most High Yahweh, my king, HaMashiach Yahushua, and the nation of YASHARAHLA, man. Just breaking this down here. We shirt, every year we have a certain SICARRI come with a certain shirt, all right, that's got symbology that's connected to it as to why, the significance it has for each summit, right? So with this one, we got, of course, the MASHARAH YASHARAHLA, we have the colors, and it's modeled after the flag of the city of Chicago. Those of y'all who are Chicagoans, y'all know how y'all flag look, right? The 2 blue stripes and then the 4, what some would call stars in the middle, right? So we modeled it after that. We utilize the MASHARAH YASHARAHLA colors, of course, the purple, the red, and the royal blue. The MASHARAH YASHARAHLA, and then we have the menorah, and then we left one of what they would call a star, right, which is on the flag of Chicago. Why? Because you have the menorah that got 7, and this has 6 points. That equals what? 13 is the 13th summit. Then, of course, last, We put our camp logo. Why? Because when we come together as the MASHARAH YASHARAHLA, we put our camps to the side. Camp is the last important. We coming together on a national level through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for this, man. So like the elder was saying, man, if you in Chicago, you trying to get down with the camp, you come see me. I have my little merch table set up later, man, so you come see me back there. Also, if you need your tickets for the food, I got them. I'm the guy to talk to, unless you got a card or a cash app and you see Elder Ben. Other than that, again, I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and I say shalom.
All right, let's get the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, the SICARRI, Guerrilla Hebrew. And then Guerrilla Hebrew's a young man also. All right, I don't think he's 30 years old. 28 years old. So he's leading a camp. So with the Most High, yeah, it's not about age with the Most High. It's about the spirit and the spiritual gifts. With the Most High, it's not about age. All right, the Most High said wisdom does not always come through the age, right? So it's not about age. So this brother's a young man, but he's a leader. Okay, and so the Most High said the spirit of a prophet is subject unto a prophet. Okay, Most High don't care how old you are. All right, he said he's gonna bring this truth and this wisdom unto the mouth of who? Babies, right? A babe. That's a babe right there. But he's leading men all over the country. Done? So that's the spirit of Yahweh Shai, right? And some of you are like that too, but out of fear, you're afraid to come forward, out of fear, all right? There's no perfect love in fear, remember that. Don't be afraid, all right? Because Yahweh Shai got your back, so don't be afraid. Come forward. And don't be afraid of what white folk going to say about you on your job. No, forget that. You know, I got a job. I'm tired now. But I want to quit every day. But I'm tired. And they know I'm a Hebrew. I walk around proud. You know, what's that shield on your neck? I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Oh, then they get quiet and go on. Who are you? I'm a Hebrew Israelite. They get quiet and move on. Any other questions? No, they go. They all know I'm a Hebrew. I think they don't even know I'm here at the summit now. I know the Edomites there. They know I'm a Hebrew. They don't, you know, but it's Yahweh Shai. Okay? You got to put your faith in Yahweh Shai. That's why I said, oh, ye of little faith, because you don't have no faith. The nation showed more faith than some of our people, right? Yes. They showed a little bit more faith. So we got to begin to build our faith up and cast off that fear. Okay? You can't build nothing with fear, brother. Okay? You can't build nothing with fear.
So in this 4-day curriculum class, you're gonna learn the Paleo Hebrew, okay? Learn how to do the Sabbath service like we did earlier, the anointing prayer, being able to go out to hospitals when people are sick. A lot of times the person is sick, they're looking for people to come and visit them, see how they're doing, okay? Going to the hospital, visiting the less fortunate, having a food drive, okay? Clothes pantry. Look at our people out there, less fortunate. Okay, so sometimes you might have something that, well, you don't need anymore. Bring it to the pantry. Okay, we can give it to those that, they'll be glad to get that. So these are things that the priest. Give me Numbers 3 and 12. Numbers 3 verse 12. So showing you the importance of the priesthood. Because every time when Israel went into captivity, while we lost our rulership, how did the Most High deal with Israel? Okay, through the priests. Even the kings had to report to the priests, because they knew that they were dealing directly with the Most High. Read that.
The book of Numbers 3, chapter 3, verse 12.
Come on.
And I, behold, I have taken the Levites, taken who? I have taken the Levites, come on, from among the children of Israel.
So I'm like, this is something where I'm compelled. I can't even resist the spirit of the Most High, because the Most High called out Levites amongst all the tribes to do his office. Come on.
I've taken the Levites from among the children of Israel, instead of all the firstborn that open up the matrix among the children of Israel.
So now, through the years, people have always referred to me as priest. It's not only to say, well, I'm a so-called Haitian, and I'm a Levite, I'm a priest. But people actually know they can call on me for different things. Right. Getting a letter, well, going to the hospital, going to the jail. I actually, there's brothers that are part of the prison ministry. When we go visit them, they say, priest, could you come? I got a court date. Can you I go and show them support when they got to go to court. And these are people, I don't know them from nowhere. But a lot of these guys, you know, like when you get locked up, you might be living in California, they'll ship you all the way to Florida just to keep you away from your family. So a lot of times they don't have anybody there. So they're looking for that moral support, someone to come there, because when a judge is coming to you saying, you're looking at 30 years, there was one of the brothers, he just got sentenced to 20 years. So you have our people going through this. You know, have what they're doing now, Esau's taking away our children. Okay, putting them in foster care. And what is that, modern day slavery? What did they do to us in slavery? They would put the parents in one plantation and ship the children off to another plantation. This is modern day slavery. Right, so they need our support. So these are the things that we want to build our men up, the priests, and these are things that they need to do, okay, to support the nation. Okay? Give me Deuteronomy 33 and 10. And this is being what? A living sacrifice. Okay? A living sacrifice. Read that.
Deuteronomy 33, verse 10.
Come on.
They shall teach Jacob thy judgments, and Israel thy law.
So who's the day? The day is what? The tribe of Levi. Read it again.
They shall teach Jacob thy judgments, and Israel thy law.
And Israel the law. Okay? That's why the Most High turned his back on us. Why? Because why? We had strayed away from the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay? He said our iniquities have separated us from our power. So the only thing that's going to bring us back to the Most High is what? They're coming back to the law, statutes, and commandments that are contained in this book. Come on.
They shall put incense before thee, and whole burnt sacrifice upon thy altar.
So like the elder Barak said that what? When we get back into the kingdom, we're going to do the sacrifices again. Okay? Give me Deuteronomy 18 and 5. Deuteronomy 18 verse 5. So we're looking for a few good men of the tribe of Levi. We have Eleazar. Okay, y'all can stand up. Allah. These are the men that's already part of the priesthood department. Okay, that's going to help facilitate and get these men on board. Okay, read that.
Deuteronomy 18, verse 5.
Read.
For the Most High thy power hath chosen him out of all thy tribes to stand to minister in the name of the Most High, him and his sons forever.
For how long?
Forever.
Right, it says forever. Okay, yeah, it says we're going to be a kingdom of priests, meaning what? That all men are going to know the Lord. But the tribe of Levi still holds the office of the priesthood. Okay? And that's a special office. Give me Ezekiel 44 and 14.
Ezekiel 44 and 14.
Also, you know, one day I was, I watched this conscious community, something like going there, and like for like 2-3 weeks straight, they've been trying to bash Israel, trying to talk about the Bible. They say, well, we don't. I'm a licensed insurance agent, all lines of insurance, car insurance, life insurance, health insurance. They act like Israel has no knowledge of life insurance. I've been in insurance for over 20 years. Okay, so we have the information, we have the resources. If you're interested, I'm a licensed notary. Okay, I'm licensed to officiate weddings. Okay, we also deal with the Green Burial Society that the brother Zachariah, he's in Maryland. Okay, that we can actually do a Israelite burial. Okay, according to the Bible. So all these things coming to the priesthood class, you'll be able to learn all these things: how to perform a wedding. Okay, how to carry out a funeral. Because a lot of times, brothers in the truth, 15-20 years, and when they die, they end up in a Catholic church getting buried. Okay, that shouldn't be that way. Okay, so we have all these things set up. We just got to be able to take advantage of it and utilize it. Come on.
Ezekiel 44 and 14.
Read.
But I will make them keepers of the charge of the house.
So again, the dead is talking about who? The tribe of Levi. Come on.
For all the service thereof, and for all that shall be done therein.
Right? All that shall be done. Okay? So we got to come back to the natural order of the Most High. Okay? There's so many doctrines out there. Okay? But the Most High, we got to put this whole thing in perspective with the priesthood. Okay? From the Most High, rain down in Israel and get this thing back in order. Okay? Esau already, he put out there about 400 years of captivity here in America. All right, so they know that their time is coming up. They know that what? They even had USA Today, I don't know if you saw that, USA Today, it was February, so-called Black History Month, that they put up, it was entitled The Exodus. Okay, they entitled it The Exodus. All right, so what other time was that word Exodus used? When we left out of ancient Egypt. Showing that the white man knows that what? That America is that spiritual Egypt as well. All right, so what are we going to do at this 400 years? A lot of you keep saying, and I keep repeating this thing, you're talking about, well, I'm waiting for Yahushua to come back. Yahushua is waiting for us to get in order. But guess what? We made America our rest. Okay, we got to seek Zion. How many of you here have a passport? Okay, there's no reason why you have not taken a trip to Zion, to Israel. Okay, I've been there about 6-7 times myself. Okay, I remember one year we were having a summit, and I was telling brothers, yo, I'm going to Israel. And I didn't know anything about Damon, anything like that. I just knew in my spirit, when I came to the truth, I always wanted to go to Israel. Right? So I said, I traveled there by myself. People looked at me like I was crazy. Okay, but I always had the zeal to want to go to Israel. I know that's our homeland. Okay, so everybody here, you must take that pilgrimage. Like in the Islam, right? They always got to take a pilgrimage to go to Mecca. Right? So we as Hebrew Israelites, we should take that trip to go to Zion. I mean, we met some beautiful people in Dimona. We building a communication relationship with them. That these, you know, we had another elder in Atlanta. He said he's been in over 50 years. Okay, this is Quan, and he said he has what he saw, what he witnessed in Atlanta. He was waiting over 50 years to see something like that. But this is the time the Most High is he's bringing all these families together. Because the scripture says that what? That the elect is going to see eye to eye. Okay, the Most High is calling together the elect. We don't know who the elect is, but you in your spirit, you know that you are striving for the election or striving for perfection. Okay, so let's bring this thing again. So I'm gonna let the brothers, they want to say anything. Yakanan? Eliezer?
Yeah, man, just silverbacking off what the elder priest Kahan said, man. It's very important for the tribe of Levi to get in order. You know, we don't have our temple in place. Our typical ancient job, you know, that we had came to an end, you know, when the destruction of our temple. We're talking about 70 AD, right? But there's still things that in the spirit of what we've been assigned to do that we can do, like the elder was going into, the prison program, marrying people, right? Writing exemption letters, things of that nature. So it's a message to all the so-called Haitians, all the Levites out there. And what you know, Levi is not just in Haiti. We have brothers all over. We scattered throughout the 12 tribes. Right. A lot of people get simple about, oh, Levi just in Haiti. No, we are scattered. But if you know anything, if you actually knew about Haiti, you would know it's about something called the Haitian diaspora. We're all over the world. We're the only tribe that literally got a community in every tribe right now. You go to Argentina, you're going to find Haitians. You go to Chile, you're going to find Haitians. You see what I'm saying? We're in every tribe, right? So, but it's important that we grab a hold on to the responsibility that we were given by Yahweh, right? We made a covenant. He said, my covenant was with thee, right? So we have to take initiative as a tribe of Levi, and we ask the nation to lean upon us, right, and hold us accountable and responsible and let us do our job, man. You know, so that's all I want to say.
I just want to add something to that, and that's spiritual, because when you read the scriptures, the Most High always sent out, he dispatched out a certain amount of Levites to do what? To minister in that location. So when he's saying, we know that's true. Okay, you're going to find a Levite in all these countries. Why? Because the Most High has him there to what? To minister that law amongst our people.
Okay, let's give the Most High, how about you, Mashai, hand, priest Kahan.
Shalom, what's going on? It's your brother, Chief Priest Alazar Monoya, aka the Guerrilla Hebrew, and I'm just letting y'all know I just dropped my official clothing line, Urban Guerrilla. Go to urbangorilla.com right now to check us out, man, and pick something up. There's urbngrla.com. We got all kind of items for men, women, children, even infants, as well as fragrance oil, smell goods. You can also check out Hebrew Israelite Clothing Co., another SICARRI business, on Instagram and Facebook. And as always, you can hit up deaconsicari.com to get your plug on the scarves, the music, and the children's Bibles. Thanks for your time. All praise to the Most High. Kwam Yasharahla. Shalom.